Action Comics. Exhilarated by the demon's speed, a drunken, irresponsible driver races faster, faster still. Abruptly, a shrill shriek, a sharp impact. He has struck a pedestrian. Frightened beyond reasoning, the motorist presses his car to greater speed and flees in terror from the scene of his crime. Superman, by Jerome Siegel and Joe Shuster. A crowd swiftly gathers about the hit-skip victim. He's in agony. Get an ambulance. High overhead, a figure which had witnessed the tragedy springs into action. It is Superman, champion of the weak and helpless. His great leap brings him down beside a railroad track, almost plunging him into the side of a hurtling train. Far ahead of the track, in the train's path, the hit-skip car is stalled. Within the engine car. Now's me chance to sneak a little nip while his back is turned. Glancing outward, the engineer doubts his senses as he sees a figure not only racing the train. What? But passing it. Mike, a man racing us, running faster than the train. I saw it with my own eyes. Drinking again, eh? Superman beats the train to the stalled auto. We've got to jump. Let go! You fool! You'll kill us both! Whew. Just made it. But this fellow has died of a heart attack. Seizing the edge of a window, Superman swings downward. Into a private room in the Pullman car. Uh-oh. Someone's entering. We can talk here without being overheard. Why has the train been stopped? It hit an auto. If I don't win this game against Cornell University, it means I lose my position as coach at Dale. I'm determined to win, at any cost. In that case, we're the men for you, Coach Randall. You'll find our services expensive, but effective. Are we hired to play on the Dale football team? You're in. But remember, I want you to get Stevens, Burns, and Lewiston, our foe's best players, right at the game's beginning. Leave it to us. Rough stuff is our specialty, Coach. After the three depart. A crooked coach hiring professional thugs to play football. Sounds just like the sort of setup I like to tear down. Next day, Clark Kent, newspaper reporter, examines photo clippings of Cordell's football material. Here's a youth named Tommy Burke, whose general build I resemble. Tommy it'll be. Within the privacy of his apartment, Clark dons some makeup grease paint. Splendid. Now his own mother wouldn't know us apart. That evening, Tommy Burke receives an ultimatum from his girlfriend Mary. You mean you don't want to go to the movies with me? Now or ever? I'm ashamed of you, Tommy Burke. You told me you'd be a football hero, but in the 6 or 7 years you've been a substitute, you've never gotten into even one game. I suppose you'll be looking for a new boyfriend now. Wrong. I've already got one. Wallace Dodd, the tennis champion. He's a real athlete. Later, as Burke despondently walks homeward, he is totally unaware that he's being trailed. I'll show her. I'll make the team. I'll be famous. And then I won't even look at her. Don't move. What is this? A hold-up? Good Lord. You're me. You're mistaken. You're not looking at Tommy Burke, substitute, but at Tommy Burke, the greatest football player of all time. Burke lurches forward to attack. Instantly, he feels the sting of a hypodermic needle. He loses consciousness. Burke regains consciousness to discover himself a prisoner in his own apartment. What have you done to me? I can't move. You needn't worry. You're just rendered passive by a drug. But what's the big idea? Merely this. I'm going to take your place in life for a few days. So long. For now. Disguised as Burke, Superman reports to the locker room of Cornell University, preparatory to football practice. Well, here goes. Wonder if I'll get away with it. Hello, boys. Well, if it ain't Tommy Burke, champion bench warmer of the century. Get into your uniform, Burke. We want to see what a real football player looks like. I don't know in which locker Burke keeps his stuff. I'll just choose one at random. This one will do. Say, what the blazes you doing in my locker? Sorry, my mistake. I'll give you something to be really sorry about. Don't stand there grinning. Put up your hands and fight. But it's more fun to simply watch. Golly, can Burke take it? Martin is giving him everything he has, but it doesn't seem to bother Burke much. Though Superman is unaffected by Ray Martin's frenzied blows, he decides to end the one-sided battle. He taps Martin lightly. Go away. You bother me. Martin flies headlong across the locker room. He's out. Cold. Cordell's coach, Oliver Stanley, rushes into the locker room. Why all the noise? What's going on here? Martin. Unconscious. Who did this? I'm afraid I did, sir. So you've turned troublemaker, eh, Burke? Well, take off that uniform and clear out of here. You're through here. Beat it. The football players charge onto the field and commence a practice game. Gosh, coach, things don't seem the same without Burke on the bench. I don't know what got into him. He always was meek as a lamb. But today... Within the locker room. Fine progress, I must say. First I get in a fight, then get kicked off the bench. What a dirty trick to pull on Burke. Orders or no orders, I'm going out on that field and show Coach Stanley a thing or two. Look, there's Burke. He's come out on the field. Uh-oh. Wait till Coach sees him. Downward soars a football toward an open space in the field. Abruptly, a figure dashes out and snags it. Burke! I thought I told that. Grab that man. Give him the bum's rush. Throw him out the field on his ear. Starting from a goalpost, Superman leisurely trots forward as every player on the field converges upon him. Come on, the more the merrier. This is going to be good. The sap is running for a goal, with everyone on the field trying to stop him. There goes Martin. This is for poking into my locker. And this is for busting me on the jaw. He got by Martin. Just an accident. He'll have to be an acrobat to get past them. Superman leaps to the shoulder of one of the three oncoming players and springs over the other two. Alley-oop! There's your acrobat. He's halfway down the field. I believe he's going to make it. Just fool's luck so far. Wait till he meets our unbeatables. Stevens, Burns, and Lewiston. The entire remaining team piles onto Superman. They've got him. But the coach is fooled, for Superman continues to dash down the field, with the entire team hanging onto him. Just before Superman reaches the goalpost, he shakes off the players, then crosses the line. And that is that. Touchdown! Burke! Have you been holding out on me? What's come over Burke? Boy, what a run. And to think I let this guy sit on the bench for 6 entire seasons. But he can be in our last game, the one against Dale, which will decide the championship. This is sports editor of the news. Listen, I have a player named Tommy Burke who's a marvel, a sensation. What do you think of that? Burke? Don't make me laugh. It's no secret he's the joke of the Cordell team. What is this? A gag? In Burke's apartment. What's so funny? This article about you. Satirical, but still good publicity. At Dale University. This article plays up Burke as a clown. But just the same, I think it would be a good idea if Cordell's star player disappeared. Until the game was over. Eh, boss? We get you. During the following days, the Cordell team practices steadily for the big game. I still don't get it. How in the world can a player become so good overnight? If you knew, you'd be the greatest coach in the world. Tomorrow's the big game with Dale. Now remember, early to bed, no smoking, no drinking. Pleasant dreams. That evening, Burke is asleep in that apartment. You know what to do. Later, he's completely tied. Strange he didn't struggle at all. The two thugs are unaware Burke is under the influence of a sleep-inducing drug, or that Superman is observing them from the molding overhead. When the kidnappers drive off, Superman races in pursuit, easily keeping their auto in sight. Burke is brought into a deserted house. Where am I? Where you won't be able to get into tomorrow's game. But you don't want me. I'm just a substitute. And besides, are you Tommy Burke? Yes, but it isn't me who... That's all we want to know. This gag'll quiet you down. Superman, who has been observing the scene through a window, grins. Fine. They've taken him off my hands, and they mean him no physical harm. Next morning, huge throngs crowd into the stadium, little realizing they are about to witness the most amazing football game of all time. Coach Randall, dropping in on Coach Stanley to gloat over Burke's disappearance, receives an unexpected surprise. Randall, meet the boy who's going to take the game away from you. Tommy Burke. Burke? But I thought... When Superman and Randall are alone. I know all the dirty work you've been pulling. If you don't kick those thugs off the Dale team and resign your position as coach, I'll expose you after the game. I don't know what you're talking about. Later, in the Dale locker room. You fumbling idiots! Burke escaped! Now he's going to expose us all at the game's conclusion. Oh no, he won't. The knife, eh? Spectators cheer as opposing teams dash onto the field. There he is. When I give the signal, the knife. The starting gun barks. Dale kicks off. Superman receives and is off like a shot. Back in the deserted house, Burke has struggled free of his bonds. He darts into the street. Taxi! To the football field! And step on it! Down the field streaks Superman, bowling opposition aside like 9 pins, and scores a touchdown. The crowd goes wild. Superman accepts the next kickoff and races for another touchdown. It's incredible! I've actually seen the same man score 2 touchdowns in the space of a few seconds. But Superman's teammates are far from delighted. Who does he think he is? The whole team? When do we do something? When Ray Martin secures the next kickoff, Superman clears the way for him. Another touchdown. Ah, with his running interference, a 2-year-old could have carried the ball over the goal. Denied admittance at the player's gate, the real Burke enters the bleachers, and with astonishment, views a counterpart of himself on the field, scoring goal after goal. He can't get away with this. I'll call a cop. But at that instant, he hears his ex-girlfriend's voice. I wish you'd pay more attention to me. You may be a tennis champ, but compared to my Tommy, you're a lily. Realizing that he is now idolized by the crowd, Tommy catches their enthusiasm. Come on, Burke! Hit that line! Tear him to pieces! On the field, as a pocket knife snaps upon Superman's tough skin, he attends to his 2 attackers. Here, take this note. My resignation to Dale University's president. At the end of the half, Superman meets Burke outside the locker room. Quick, we've got to exchange clothes. I get it. I'm to carry on now. As the second half commences, the ball bounces near Burke. He chases it about, awkwardly, desperately. When he finally snags it, every player on the field piles onto him. Later, when he regains consciousness, Tommy, you were wonderful, splendid, but you must promise you'll give up football. It's too brutal. Give up football? You don't know what you ask. But for you, I'll do it. And how? The end. Warning. When exercising, it is always well to remember that overstrain is dangerous. Be moderate in your exertions. Acquiring super strength. You may find lifting a heavy armchair a difficult task. However, if you lift smaller weights regularly, and gradually increase the weight of these objects, you'll soon find lifting a mere armchair a cinch.